Welcome back, guys. I am so excited. Hung Lee, how you going?
Ni hao.
How are you?
Ni hao, my ninja. I'm alright. How are you?
You're
What's going
good,
on?
mate. Mihao, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
I am honoured to have you here today. Thank you so much. You first hit the screens on Hey Hey It's Saturday back in 1987.
Yeah, 1987. That's when we went on Red Faces, and it
That
was
that's
one of the. Hey,
33 years ago.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. We went on went on Red Faces. There was five of us in a Como string quartet, and the judges were Red Simons, the cowboy from the Village People, and Lou Richards. We won a trip for two to the Gold Coast. There was five of us.
Oh, awesome. Since then, you've appeared
Yeah, we
in
went
the
there.
Montreal Just for Laughs,
Yeah,
Edinburgh Comedy Festival, Melbourne Comedy Festival. You've written books. You're the author of Yellow Pearl Sin from the City. Also, a children's book called Barry Noodles and the Killer Bees. But I
yeah,
absolutely have to ask you, is that true you've been on The Muppet Show?
yeah. We went on the Muppet Show in 1988. We
Wow.
were, yeah. The String Quartet. We were in Edinburgh for the festival, and the Muppet Show came to see the show, and they said, "Look, man, we want you guys to come and do the Muppet Show." And we, yeah, all right. So they had this idea. They had a castle that every room was a music room, right? So every room there was Placido Domingo in a room. There was Wynton Marsalis. There was the I don't know, the best musicians in the world. And then we got on, and we were in a restaurant, and yeah, so we were the string quartet for this restaurant for the Muppet Show, and we were broke. The Edinburgh finished, right? Edinburgh finished. So the band we split up, and then three of them went to Amsterdam, and me and a mate went to Greece. And then we got this phone call, and where we stay in Greece, go the Muppet Show called. You got to come back. We got to get back together, right?
When Kermit calls, you gotta go.
Ah, yeah. So yeah. So I was in Italy at the time. So we all flew back to Earl's Court, right? We were staying in the backpackers in Earl's Court, and we didn't. And the two limousines came the next morning at 5 in the morning, and we had to climb down from the first floor because we didn't have any money to pay for the backpackers, and climb down the building and jump into two limos and head off to work for the Muppet Show.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've appeared in movies. You've been in Wogboy, Fat Pizza, True Love and Chaos, Broken Hill, Sensitive New Age Killers. Mate, you're dead set famous. When's Hollywood ready for you?
Oh yeah, soon. It's coming. It's coming. Just wait till this pandemic dies down, and
Off you go.
off we go. I'm ready, man. No
I
worries.
can't wait to watch it. This afternoon I watched a video of yours stuck in Tamworth.
Yeah,
I lived in Tamworth for 6 years and you've got it spot on.
yeah. Tamworth's amazing. Man, I went there. I went there because the government made that they told Tamworth to take six families of Sudanese refugees,
Yeah.
and Tamworth didn't want to. Right? Well, you. And so I had to go to Tamworth to see why. Why wouldn't they take these black people,
Yeah.
right? So, man, it was during the
The six
festival.
families were going to start a gang.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was happening. So I had to go and see it for myself. So I was staying with Chris Wilson, and Sarah and the boys and all these bands sleeping on the floor. I had no gigs. Didn't know anything. It was 40 degrees. I walked into this pub. I think it was called the post office.
Yeah. Yep. I know it.
There
Yeah.
one day, midday, and saw this band, Uncle Bob's Jug Band or something, right? They went up. They said, So I think I talked to this guy, the bass player, and I said, "Man, do you reckon I can get on?" And he goes, "Man, I'll just go get tell the boss." And the boss comes up and he goes, "Can I get on?" The boss goes, "I fucking dare you." Yes, right. I get, "Mate, don't dare me. I'll do it," right? So man, it was just cowboys everywhere in this pub. It was packed. It was midday. It was 45 degrees, and I went on stage and yeah, killed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Did
knew
some-
you weren't talking about my pub because we didn't have a stage, we had a pallet.
Yeah, yeah, it was good.
Mate, you've been in the industry for 33 odd years.
Yeah, nearly 40 years now, man. Yeah, I think I started when I was 14, 15, 14 when I first did my professional gig.
If you weren't a stand-up comedian, what do you reckon you'd be?
Oh, man, this is plan D already. What are you talking about? If I was a stand-up comedian, man, I wanted to be heaps of shit. This is already plan D. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else after this, man. What am I gonna do? I don't know.
Hollywood, brother, you're going to Hollywood.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. I've tried. I've tried doing stand up over there, and they don't understand the words coming out of my mouth. So
Yeah, they've got a completely different style over there. They're not
no,
into the storytelling side of things.
I don't think they just understand my accent. That's it. They don't
They don't
understand the.
understand your Australian accent. Well, that's
No,
just racist.
no, it's not. It's just they don't get to hear it because we grow up on American accents.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't hear Australian accents, and English people don't understand what I say. So yeah, it was hard. It was hard in England. They've got no idea what I'm saying over there either. So I just work here, man. And Australians understand what I say. People in Asia understand what I say. Yeah, in Malaysia and Singapore and Bangkok and all that, they kind of understand. So yeah, but Aussies understand me the most, I think. So, but yeah.
Now, I can't go past this. Today, when I was reading your bio, and I think this is from the Sit Down Comedy Club, from their webpage. 29th of April 1975, the last day of the Vietnam War, a 9-year-old boy jumped into a leaking prawn trawler on the Saigon River with only a box of dried biscuits and some seasick pills. After surviving thirst, hunger, and somehow cheating death, Hung Lee became one of the first Vietnamese boat people to land in Australia. Mate, there's a movie in this.
You think?
I think so. There's a movie in this. To come from where you did and to go to where you've been, and I'm sure I'm serious about how I reckon Hollywood's calling you, brother. You're still
Yeah, yeah.
still
No,
ticking on.
I wrote a book called The Crappiest Refugee. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't
Oh,
yet.
well, let me get it.
Awesome, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah. Came out 2 years ago. The Crappiest Refugee. It's got
I
words.
I need a good book. I need a good book to get me away from this bloody computer.
Yeah. All my stories are down, man. I just need someone to ring up and from the crazy rich rich Asians to call up and give me
Netflix.
some.
Netflix.
We'll see, hey?
Yeah, that'd be good. I'd watch it. Mate, who's your favourite comedian?
I'm not allowed to vape on your show.
Yes, you are.
Am I?
Yeah,
No,
well, I
good.
drink and I smoke on my show.
Oh, good. There you go.
Who's your favourite comedian?
When I was growing up, and when I wanted to be Jerry Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to be because I was really skinny and I really got into slapstick comedy young because in Vietnam my dad used to take me to Charlie Chaplin movies. Every time Charlie Chaplin put a movie out, my dad would take me to the movie, and then my mum would take me to go and see. Every time Bruce Lee put a movie out, my mum would take me because my mum loves martial art, bashing people and wrestling and shit. And so, yeah, so when I was growing up, I was like half Bruce Lee and half Charlie Chaplin, you know. And so, yeah, I've forgotten your question.
There's no point me asking if you
Oh,
remember
my
your first.
favourite. Oh, yeah, Jerry Lewis, um, Paul Hogan.
Oh yeah.
When he was huge in the 70s.
Yep.
Paul Hogan, and then Eddie Murphy.
Oh
That's it.
yeah, yeah, of course. Eddie Murphy, yeah, one of the hardest working people in Hollywood.
And Dave Chappelle now.
Of course. There's
Mm.
no point me asking you if you remember your first joke on stage because we saw it on Hey Hey Saturday. Was that the first time you were on stage?
No, but we were busking with the string quartet on. I've been busking in the streets since I was 15. So yeah, the string quartet thing is, you know, we'd busking, and we were doing gigs, we were doing festivals, we were doing Adelaide Fringe, all that sort of stuff before Hey Hey,
Where'd you grow up?
in Melbourne.
In Melbourne. Huh?
Yeah, yeah, where the funny people live.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
well, when I was growing up, man, when I started here, when I started stand up when in 1992, 1990, the recession hit us really badly.
Yep.
You know, the recession we had to have. So the band broke up because people wouldn't pay money for a live band anymore for their weddings and parties and stuff. So the band broke up. So I just took my girlfriend, kicked me out of the house. She said, "You're a bum." I was on the dole for 2 years. Couldn't get a job playing the violin anywhere because I'm shit.
That's
And
right. You're a violinist as well.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
find a job playing the violin. That would drive you mad, right? You're all crazy, Musical musicians are all fucking insane, You know
That's
what?
the funniest thing in the world when a violinist is telling you that playing violin all day would drive you mad.
Oh, they're all crazy because classical musicians. They spend 8 hours a day practicing by themselves in the house, in the room. They're just isolated from
Yeah.
everyone hours of the day, and then they have to teach little kids. Oh, fucking nuts, right? So I took my violin, went to the Adelaide Fringe, and I had 4 jokes. One of them was I had a plastic poo, and I held it up, and I went Beethoven's Last Movement. That was a joke, and yeah. So when I went up to the office at Adelaide Fringe, I said I'm a comedian from Melbourne, which I wasn't. I lied, right? I said, "Give me a gig," and the guy goes, "Oh, from Melbourne." That's when in the '90s, Melbourne comedians were famous, right?
Yeah, yeah.
DJing and all that sort of stuff. And so look at him going, "Oh," and he go, "Yeah, all right, come down to the club at 8:30." So I go down to the club at 8:30, and he goes, "You're not on until 2:30 in the morning, but the beer's free." Right? Oh, man, yeah, and I was just shitting myself. I mean, I was just drinking um, for, until 2 in the morning, and then all my busker friends turned up, started giving me shots, and the dude turns up. The dude goes, "Oh, hung, you're headlining." I said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, yeah." I said, "What's that?" And he goes, "You're headlining. You're the last one on, right?" I go, "Oh, fuck, cool joke, right?" So Greg Fleet was emceeing,
Oh
right?
wow.
And yeah, one of the two Matt Parkinson, yeah, or the other one, yeah, the Matts were on, and so yeah, so I the first so I headline, and I got an encore, right? In my very first stand up
Wow.
headline, and I got an encore, and it's been downhill ever since.
Oh.
It's like
It sure
heroin.
has
It's
not.
like heroin. I've been
In
chasing the dragon for 28 years.
in 38 in sorry, 30 odd years, nearly 40 years of comedy, what's the weirdest set you've done, the weirdest gig you've played?
It's just I don't do people's birthdays anymore.
Uh,
Like people will turn up to the comics lounge or something, right? And they see a good show, and then they go, "Oh, I've got an idea. You get hung to come to my mate's 50th, in the shed as a surprise." They always say it's a surprise. And you get there and you're in this fucking shed, and no one gives a shit, right? People are heckling and I did one where everyone went into the shed, and they had a stage which had a karaoke machine on it, which I couldn't move, right? So I couldn't get off. They bolted it onto the stage. So I'll get off. I'll just take the mic and get off. And the microphone cord was only that long.
Oh no!
I couldn't get off the stage. And standing behind the karaoke machine, no one's listening at all. And then they're laughing at the wrong spots, right? I'm going, what
Yeah.
the fuck's happening here? So I'd look around and I see on the wall next to me, they were projecting pictures of the birthday person in baby pictures next to me while I was telling jokes. Oh, fuck, man. Can you just put this away, please? You know, I had to stop the show, tell them to turn it off. And I started the show, and then the grandmothers started heckling me. And I'm going, I've got 5 minutes left, just do this. So it's only two people listening to me, right? So I did it to these two people, and I'm just getting onto my punchline, my very last joke. They brought out the dim sims, and everyone turned around and just, fuck. So I don't do people's birthdays or Vietnamese weddings. Too much. Vietnamese people, they're just too much. They ask for too much. The kids see you, right? The kids think you're hilarious, so they hire you, and you turn up, and they're sitting at a table, and every table has got an uncle or an old granny on it, and they won't laugh at you because granny's there.
Yes.
You know, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? And all of a sudden, none of the cunts are laughing at me. I'm going, ah. Yeah. Weddings and people's birthdays.
What are your hopes for the future?
There's no future, mate. What are you doing? What are you thinking about the future?
Don't stress about the future. There probably won't be one.
There's not. This is the game over. I've had a great career. I must say, I had fun, Dave. You know, I've had fun. If I had to do it again, I'd be more famous and have more fun.
I love your hair, by the way. That's
it's isolation. All my natural colours come out.
That's your natural colour.
Yeah, it's isolation.
Yeah.
I got it from Boris Johnson. He, I stopped him for some bat soup. He said, "Oh, how about some bat soup, Boris?"
Some people caught his virus, and you caught his hair.
Yeah, there you go. See, I'm the new Prime Minister. I'm the new captain now.
Sure.
So, oh man, you know, before this virus shit came out, I just wrote a brand new show. I was just about to go on I was about to do Melbourne Comedy Festival, launch it, and start going back on tour. That's what I was doing. I was smashing the cruise ships, and you know, I was, man. And I wrote this fantastic show. It's called Ready for It? Noodles with Attitude. Don't cough. Noodles with Attitude. NWA. And it was written, and I've practiced it, and people are just screaming the whole 45 minutes. People are just off their guts. People were coming up to me in the cruise ships going, "Hung, I just peed my pants." The women come up to, they say that to you after the show. So, you know, like, standing ovations are over now. Standing ovations, no one cares about them anymore. It's when people come up, I peed my pants. That's all I want, man. To make someone lose control of their bladder is a fucking amazing skill.
Oh, yeah. I can't do it without impregnating them first. Mate, I have to wrap it up. You are brilliant. I've been a fan of yours for such a long time. I love your comedy. I love that it's so intelligent and the way it makes you think about it. If you're watching this today and you enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe button. Give it a thumbs up. If enough people subscribe, I can maybe get paid for it and pass that on to my guest. Hung.
Yes.
What's the Vietnamese word for thank you?
Cảm ơn. Fuck you very much.
Well, thank you so much,
Oh,
mate.
oh,
You're absolute crack up. I love you so much. Before you go, could you please tell me your favourite joke of all time?
why do elephants drink?
Why do elephants drink?
To forget.
Thank you, brother. I love you.
Yes, mate. Good on you.
I
Why?
really have been a fan for. I thought that was real.
No. I haven't been in isolation for that long.